Welcome to this deep dive from Conversion Bible. We sort through all the noise to bring you insights you can actually use.
Yeah, and today we're tackling something really important for anyone running a Shopify store.
That's right, we're focusing on optimizing your internal site search. It sounds technical, maybe, but it's key.
It absolutely is. We've been digging into an article from the Conversion Bible, actually, all about how a fine-tuned search bar can be, well, a secret weapon for turning visitors into actual customers.
Right, so for you listening, the aim here is pretty simple. Make it incredibly easy for people who are ready to buy to find exactly what they want on your store. Faster finds mean more sales.
Think about it. Someone uses your search bar, they're basically signaling strong buying intent, right?
Exactly. They're saying, I'm looking for this.
But if that search is clunky or slow or just doesn't return relevant results,
They bounce. They're off to a competitor who makes it easier.
precisely. So our mission today is to pull out the strategies you need to smooth out that search journey and really capitalize on that intent.
And the interesting starting point from the material is that while Shopify's default search works, it has its limits.
It does. It's okay for basic keyword matching, simple stuff. But as your store grows, as you add more products, those limitations become much more obvious.
It might miss different ways people search or maybe struggle with relevance sometimes.
Yeah, exactly.
Hmm.
It's not great at understanding nuance or synonyms. And that frustration we mentioned, that's the result. Bad search can really hurt.
Okay, so let's dive into the practical side. The article starts with something that seems basic but is apparently quite important. Search bar visibility. Where you put it matters.
It's fundamental, really. You want it prominent, easy to find. The convention, and it's a good one, is usually the top right of the header.
Because that's where people tend to look for it instinctively.
That's the idea. It's familiar territory online, reduces friction right away.
And it's not just location, it's also the design, right? Making it obvious.
Oh, definitely. Good design encourages use. So giving it enough space, making sure it doesn't get lost on smaller screens.
Using clear icons, maybe placeholder text.
Absolutely. A magnifying glass icon is pretty universal. And placeholder text like search products or something a bit more engaging, it just prompts people to use it. Little things. Big impact on usability.
Makes sense. Okay, so they found the search bar, they start typing. Now, what about filtering the results? Especially if you've got hundreds, maybe thousands of products.
This is where standard Shopify search can sometimes fall short, and where optimization really pays off. Good filters transform the experience.
How so?
Well, imagine scrolling through pages and pages. It's overwhelming. Filters let shoppers slice through that noise. They provide precision.
Can you give us some examples of really valuable filters?
Sure. The obvious ones are things like product categories, men's shoes, women's shoes, that kind of thing. Lets people jump right where they need to go.
Okay.
Price ranges are huge. People often shop with a budget, so sliders or just simple input boxes for min-max price, that's essential.
Right, very practical. What about for stores selling things like clothes or electronics where there are lots of variations?
Yeah, for anything with attributes like that, filters for color, size, brand are indispensable. If you're looking for, say, a specific brand of blue running shoe in size 10.
You don't want to see all the red ones and the size 8s.
Exactly. It saves so much time and frustration.
The article also mentions something called layered navigation. What's that about?
Okay, so layered navigation is basically allowing people to apply multiple filters at the same time. This is where it gets really powerful.
So you could combine filters.
Precisely. Like, find me men's sneakers. Okay, now filter that by under $100, and then filter by blue. It lets shoppers get super specific.
That sounds incredibly useful for finding exactly what you want.
It dramatically increases the chances they find that perfect item they had in mind.
Okay, so visible search bar, powerful filters. But how do we make sure the right products actually appear when someone searches?
Right, that comes down to optimizing your product data itself, specifically your product titles and descriptions.
So using the words customers actually use.
Exactly. You need to incorporate relevant keywords, the terms your customers are likely typing into that search bar. Think like your customer.
But you have to balance that with making it sound good for a human, right? And not just stuffing keywords.
Absolutely. It's a balance. Titles need to be clear and attractive. Descriptions need to be informative, compelling. They need to sell the product. Good SEO and good user experience.
Okay. Now, speeding things up. Autocomplete and predictive search came up in the sources. How do they help?
Oh, autocomplete is a fantastic user experience improvement. As someone starts typing,
Suggestions pop up.
the system predicts what they might be looking for and shows relevant suggestions instantly. It saves time, reduces typos, and just makes the whole thing feel faster, smoother.
Can even lead them to products they hadn't thought of initially.
It can, yeah. It subtly guides them.
And how do store owners implement this? Is it built in?
Some Shopify themes have basic predictive search features. But if yours doesn't, or if you want something more advanced, there are loads of great third-party apps in the Shopify App Store that specialize in this.
The key being relevance, I suppose. Bad suggestions would be annoying.
Definitely. Irrelevant suggestions are worse than none. The quality matters.
Let's move on to something more sophisticated. Personalization. Tailoring results to the individual shopper. Sounds powerful.
It really is. This is where things like AI and machine learning come into play. The system learns from a user's behavior over time.
How so? What does it look at?
Their browsing patterns, what they click on, what they search for frequently. So if someone often looks for, say, organic cotton t-shirts, the search results might start prioritizing those for that specific user.
So the search bar gets smarter about each person.
Kind of, yeah. It can also factor in past purchases, maybe items they added to a cart but didn't buy, wish-listed items.
Making it feel more relevant to them?
Exactly.
Yeah.
More relevance means a higher chance of conversion. They see more of what they're likely interested in.
Now, semantic search. This sounds a bit complex. Can you break that down?
Okay, think of it like this. Traditional search matches exact keywords. You type blue shoes, it looks for blue shoes.
Right.
Semantic search tries to understand the meaning or the intent behind the words. It goes beyond just keywords.
Give me an example.
Okay, so someone searches for warm boots for snow. A semantic search engine understands they need insulated, waterproof footwear suitable for winter conditions, even if the exact phrase isn't there.
Ah, I see. So it connects related concepts.
Precisely. It handles synonyms like sofa and couch and understands the context. If someone searches for running shoes for winter, it gets what they need.
So it's more intuitive, less reliant on the shopper guessing the exact right term you use?
Exactly. Much less frustrating, much more likely to surface the right products.
Okay, we've covered making search visible, filterable, smart, personalized, and understanding intent. What about the technical nuts and bolts?
Yeah, technical optimization is crucial for performance. Speed is everything online.
People expect instant results.
They really do.
Yeah.
So things like optimizing your image sizes, compressing code, and these back-end tweaks can make your search results load faster. Faster search equals happier users.
And mobile?
Well, absolutely critical. So many people shop on their phones. Your search has to work flawlessly on mobile. A bad mobile search experience is a huge turnoff.
The sources mentioned structured data, too. How does that fit in?
Structured data mostly helps with external search engines, like Google. It allows for those rich snippets, seeing ratings or a price directly in Google search results.
So it's more about getting people to your site?
Primarily, yes. But bringing in more qualified traffic people who already have a better idea of what you offer because they saw a rich snippet can lead to them using your internal search more effectively once they arrive.
And Shopify's Liquid language, can that be used for customization?
Definitely. Liquid lets you get under the hood and really tailor how your search results page looks and functions. You can change the layout, add advanced sorting options beyond the defaults.
Maybe feature specific products?
Yeah, you could highlight bestsellers or sale items within certain search results. Lots of flexibility there for customization.
Okay, so we make all these changes. How do we know if they're actually working? Analytics must be key.
Absolutely essential.
Yeah.
You need to track your search performance. Look at metrics like refinement rates.
Meaning how often people change their search or add filters?
Exactly. And also exit rates from the search results page. If lots of people search and then immediately leave, your results probably aren't relevant enough.
And what about the actual search terms people use? What can we learn from those?
Oh, huge insights there. Analyzing popular queries tells you what people are looking for in their own words. This can feed back into your product descriptions, your tags, even maybe identify products you should be stocking.
So it informs merchandising.
Definitely. And seeing which results get clicked helps you understand what resonates.
The material also brought up A/B testing. How does that apply here?
You can test different versions of your search elements. Maybe test placing the search bar differently, or try different filter labels, or experiment with the layout of the results page.
And see which version performs better.
Exactly. Run a test, measure the impact on things like conversion rate or search usage, and then implement the winner. It's data-driven optimization.
So it's not a one-and-done thing. It's continuous improvement.
Precisely. Keep monitoring, keep testing, keep refining, User behavior changes, so your search needs to adapt too. It's an ongoing cycle.
Let's look ahead a bit. The sources touched on some more advanced tech and third-party tools. What's emerging?
There's a definite move towards more AI-powered search solutions, often available as Shopify apps. These tools learn from user behavior much faster and more effectively than basic search, constantly improving relevance.
Using machine learning, presumably?
Yeah, sophisticated algorithms that adapt over time. And then there's natural language processing, NLP.
Making search more conversational.
Right, so instead of just keywords, people might ask full questions, like, show me waterproof hiking boots under $200. NLP helps the search engine understand that natural language query.
That sounds much more user-friendly. Visual search was mentioned too.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. The idea is you can upload a picture, maybe something you saw someone wearing, or a piece of furniture you like, and the search tries to find visually similar items in your store.
Wow, okay. Especially useful for fashion or home decor, I imagine.
Exactly, where the look is key.
So, wrapping things up, the material offered some best practices. Any key takeaways to reiterate?
Keep your product info up to date. Nothing worse than searching for something, finding it, clicking, and it's out of stock or the page is gone. Avoid dead ends.
And handle those no results pages better.
Yes. Don't just leave people hanging. Suggest alternative searches, link to popular categories, offer a contact method. Keep them engaged.
What about stores with very specific niche products?
Optimizing for long-tail keywords is crucial there. Those longer, very specific search phrases people use when they know exactly what they want.
And finding a balance between automation and manual effort.
Yeah, while AI is great, sometimes you might want to manually curate the top results for, say, your most popular search term, or during a big promotion, just to make sure the key items are front and center.
The sources even cited case studies showing real results, didn't they?
They did. Stores adding robust filters and predictive text saw significant conversion rate lifts. Personalization led to people spending more time on site and buying more.
So, especially for stores with larger catalogs, this isn't just a minor tweak.
Not at all. It's a serious lever for growth. Better search means easier discovery, which often leads to higher conversion rates and potentially even higher average order values if people find related items easily.
And looking even further out, what are the future trends?
Well, voice search optimization will likely become more important as people use voice assistants more for shopping.
Asking Alexa or Google to find products.
Exactly. And maybe augmented reality integration, letting you see a virtual version of a product in your space right from the search results.
That would be game-changing for furniture or decor.
For sure. And AI will just keep getting better at predictive search, anticipating what you need almost before you type it, like a virtual shopping assistant.
This has been really illuminating. Optimizing that internal site search on Shopify, it's clearly not just a background task. It's a core part of the customer experience and a driver of revenue.
Absolutely. It directly impacts shoppers who have shown clear intent to buy. Getting it right is crucial.
So for you listening, hopefully, these strategies give you a solid roadmap for enhancing your store's search. It's about making that journey smoother and more successful for your customers.
Definitely. Think about how you can implement even one or two of these ideas. It could make a real difference.
And consider this. How will ongoing advances in AI and personalization change how people find products? Optimizing now really could give you a competitive edge for the future. This deep dive was brought to you by Conversion Bible and powered by Growth Suite.
Growth Suite helps you run smart discount campaigns on your Shopify store. You can test it for free. Just find it on the Shopify App Store.
Check it out. Thanks for joining us on Conversion Bible.